Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Showtime. Y'all already know what time it is. Make sure y'all hit that like button. New to the channel, subscribe, man. So, the Seattle Storm just hired a new head coach. They hired Sonia Ramon, the New York. She actually was the New York Liberty assistant coach. She was a assistant coach in the NBA too, with the Memphis Grizzlies. She spent some time with the Memphis Grizzlies. Is this the perfect replacement for Noel Quinn? We won't know till we see. I know it's a lot of people was upset about Seattle Storm firing Noel Quinn. Y'all know how I feel about that. I thought it was justified, honestly. She lost the locker room. Now, does this coach have the qualities to get the Seattle Storm over the top? Is she's a great head coach? We don't know because we never seen her coach. We don't know much about her unless you a Memphis Grizzlies fan and you've been paying close attention. To her, me personally, I never paid attention to Miss Sonia Ramon. I never paid attention to her. Don't know much about her, but she will make history though. She's gonna be the first WNBA. I think what is it? She's the first Indian region head coach in the WNBA. If that means anything, right? She was the first Indian American woman to be an NBA assistant. So they got Noel Henry up out of there. They replaced her with the first Indian American woman. Now, where's my conspiracy theories when I need them? What do y'all think about this, ladies? How do y'all feel about this? Now, me and a couple of ladies, we had a disagreement on this when they fired Noel Quinn. Um, I don't think Noel Quinn. As a matter of fact, has Noel Quinn got another coaching job yet? Nope. She might not get another one because of what happened the last couple of years in that locker room. Say, where's our was our representation? It looks like the players and the coaches are from Europe. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to speak on Dallas Wings. Man, the Dallas Wings dropped the ball. How y'all missed out on Sandy Brondello? Man, y'all missed out on Sandy Brondello. Y'all let Sandy Brondello go there to Toronto. Man, I was surprised by that. How he let Sandy Brondello go there to Toronto. That was crazy. They must ain't offer no money, or did they even offer anything? How they let that happen? I was surprised by that. I was really surprised she went to Toronto. Why did she go to Toronto instead of Dallas? That sound like a business move right there. I would have thought for sure she would have went over there with Paige. They got the new facility going up next year. They got a salary cap and all that. She could have brought some free agents over there and made some trades. They hired a coach I ain't never heard of. Man, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about that one. Now, I can say at least Sonia Ramon was around the NBA. Say she doesn't like young players. That could be the reason. She But it's the Dallas Wings. Are they still in the rebuilding stage? Or are they going to skip the rebuilding stage and go get free agents? That's another question, though. Is that possible that they're going to skip the rebuild stage and try to get already proven players to build around Paige Beckers? So they low-key kind of did that this year. They went and got Dejanay Carrington, Delisa Smith. Like, they got some veteran players. They have a team full of young players, like Hines Allen, for example. Hines Allen a veteran. Lee Rue's a veteran. So it's not like they got a team full of young players. So I'm just trying to figure this out, like what direction they going in. These coaching hires are a little suspect. Can't figure out like what's the motive? What's the motive behind it? You know, seems like certain coaches they got a short leash. Certain coaches got a long leash. If you pay attention. But again, some of y'all gonna look at it different though. Y'all don't, I understand y'all gonna hang on. Y'all wanna hang on to Noel Quinn. I get all that. But Noel Quinn, you gotta ask yourself. I'm gonna ask the ladies in the chat. I'm gonna ask y'all. Do y'all think Noel Henry deserved to keep her job? Y'all think she should have been able to keep her job after all that stuff going on in the locker room the last couple of years? I don't even compare this to Teaspoon. I don't compare this to Teaspoon, to be honest. I understand Teaspoon could have did certain things different, but this Noel Quinn situation, it got so out of control. You got multiple players complaining, and I don't know, man. I don't know. They done ran their franchise player out of the organization. They ran Joel Lord out the organization. And she went over there and got a championship. She went over there to Vegas, got a championship, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that, y'all. I just think when you, if you're really looking at it from a logical standpoint, you got a team full of veterans. They got all that talent. And they was the 8 seed. The 7-8 seed, players asking to get traded, and you can tell the chemistry is off. Man, that's off the leadership. Sound like to me the coach ain't got nothing, they ain't controlling the locker room. Even if you say, well, we don't know what's going on in the locker room. What's going on what you see with your own eyes on the court, though? She definitely underachieving as a head coach. That team with all that talent, they should have been a top 3 seed. They one of the most talented teams in the league. They got 4 All-Stars on their team. There's no way in hell they should have been a first-round exit. You got all that talent. All that talent. They was a first-round exit the last 2 years. Nah, man. And when we at the time of the Noel Quinn fire, I saw people saying, well, why they don't do Beckham the same way? Well, Beckham got another championship. She got another championship. What have Noel Quinn done? And she out of though. I mean, she underachieved. What about the GM? The GM brought the talent. Yeah, you don't think? But Al, you don't think the GM did a good job putting the roster together? They drafted. Did they not draft a generational player, Dominique Malonga? Y'all been bragging about. Look at their roster. They got a deep roster. They got a lot of talent. The GM did their job. All you ask for the GMs to put a team together. They put a team together. Literally. They literally put a team together. They got the players y'all said is generational. And all-stars. You got Skylar, Diggins, all-star. Nickel, all-star. Slim, they got her to trade deadline, all-star. You got Easy, Mega Gold, all defensive performer. You got all them players on your team. And you couldn't get out the first round? That team was stagnant as hell in 4 quarters. The G-Money, I disagree. They didn't have a successful year, though, G-Money. I don't think they had a successful year. You sure about that, G-Money? The 7-8 seed getting put out the first round? I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Now, there's other coaches in the league that don't get held accountable, like certain coaches. That's true. I think all coaches not. If you ain't doing your job, and you ain't getting the best out of your talent, I mean, shit, you gonna be on the clock. I don't care who you is. Let's see what this coach do. Now, if this coach come out there and she can't get them to at least a 4 seed, what makes her better than Noel Quinn? What is she gonna bring that Noel Quinn didn't bring? I wonder if she had a lot of Dana. Look, Dana Evans is. I'm pretty sure she did. She actually did, because you saw what happened at the exit interview. You saw what happened in the exit interview. You got the players complaining about playing time and all this other stuff. I mean, we saw that. Yeah, we saw that already. My thing is, how you let your locker room get out of control, though. See, it's just certain stuff, man. You gotta look at the coach. I hate to say it like that, bro, but that's just the truth. I'm looking at the coach, man. Like, why you got all this stuff going on? And even y'all said we don't know, y'all. All this stuff with Joel Lord and all this other stuff, that should have never got outside the locker room. How did they get outside the locker room, though? That just show me ain't no leadership. That's the thing, y'all. I mean, we got to be honest. If all this stuff got out, that's because ain't no real leaders in that locker room. It's nowhere in hell you run Joel Lord out of the locker room. You ran her out. She done got y'all championships. How you run come on, man. She got y'all championships. Just out of respect of her giving y'all championships. She wasn't respecting honor. You pushed her to the back, bro. I'm just saying. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I think she was done like Mark Jackson. I don't think Mark Jackson would have. Man, look, Mark Jackson was look here, man. He is not finna allow his best player to get hammered like that, and he ain't ran Steph Curry out he ain't run him out the organization. No, sir. He said it's hard to be a successful black coach in any sport if you don't sell out. Yeah, that's true. What you just said is true. I mean, I agree. I do agree with that. I do agree with that, G Money. That's why when these black coaches get the opportunity, man, they can't forget. They can't forget that though. You know, you gotta work twice as hard to keep your job, man. You know, y'all know that. You gotta work twice as hard. There's certain things you shouldn't say, you can't say. You know how they is. You know how they is, man. She's the same age as many of her players. So, then that got me thinking: Do they even respect? Do they even respect her though? Do it really seem like they respect Noel Quinn? Do they give her that level of respect as a head coach? And do they trust her leadership? Didn't seem like it to me. Players is out there doing what they want to do. Skylar Diggins, she let Skylar Diggins and Erica Wheeler shoot them out of many games. Many games they had lost because of them shooting with them bad shot selection and them turnovers. They got way too much talent, bro. That's come on, man. That season should never went like this. They did Teaspoon. Look, they did Teaspoon dirty. Because first of all, they ain't even give Teaspoon a team. See, Teaspoon didn't have a team. She ain't have 4 All-Stars and Defensive Player of the Year and former MVP. She ain't have all that on her team, though. She ain't have all that on her team. They did, man, Chicago did Teaspoon dirty. Honestly, they did her dirty, bro. I don't care what nobody said. Like, this whole holding players accountable, Tyler Marsh ain't hold nobody accountable. He clearly didn't, man. This year was worse than last year, and this supposed to be an upgraded roster, and they won less games this year than they did last year with Teaspoon. They did Teaspoon dirty. You ain't give her no talent. And they still trying to do her dirty. They still trying to do her dirty, trying to blackball her, put that smut on her name, talking about she allowed Kennedy Carter to run around and do what she want to do. Like, they put real smut on Teaspoon name, dirty up her reputation so she won't get another coaching job. Talking about they had players lined up to come to the team when joined and she was there. They made up all kind of stuff. That was just disgusting, bro. But you know what's crazy? Teaspoon and Unrivaled. Guess what? You ain't hear none of that shit in Unrivaled. All them players said they love Teaspoon. You ain't hear none of that stuff in Unrivaled. But soon she leaves Chicago, she got all that smut on her name. Like, that was just whack, bro. That was so whack, man. And you notice anybody that don't buy in to what their front office want them to do, that's what they're gonna do to you. They're gonna put out hit pieces. They're gonna talk about you behind your back, smile in your face. Especially Jeff P. Look at him. He look like a snake. You can tell Jeff P a snake. Just look at him. Just look at this dude. He look like a snake. Y'all ever met somebody that seemed real cool, they nice and all this other stuff? Then behind, then out of nowhere, you got people saying, well, this person said this about you. You like, what? Well, I just talked to him yesterday. They was smiling. They ain't said none of that. That seemed like that's how JLP moves. He'll smile in your face. He'll say all this stuff about you in your presence. When you're not around, he gonna say how he really feel. Man, I can't trust these people, man. I ain't heard nobody, not one person, not one player. I'm gonna say player because some of these people are lying. I ain't heard not one player come out and say Teaspoon was he was a horrible coach. Other than probably Dana Evans, who was mad about her role on the team. The crazy thing about it, y'all, this is what I don't understand. They'll say, "Oh, she should have never lost her starting job." Okay, but if you're gonna be the starting point guard, you gotta understand your responsibility on the team is gonna be like different than coming off the bench, where you actually able to play your game and you actually be comfortable in your role, because you're not a starter. So if you start, your role is bigger. You're asked to do more. So when they ask you to do more, you can't deliver. Now, like, it's a problem. Now y'all saying, well, they wasn't playing her the right way. So when you bring out the bench, and it's still a problem. So she just being a crybaby. She was just being a crybaby. I mean, really. She was complaining about coming out the bench. But what happened? She ended up coming out the bench on a way better team with future Hall of Famers. Of course you're going to look good, baby. You're playing with Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young. Of course you're going to look better. Of course. You wasn't getting it done on Chicago. They be trying to have that cake and eat it too. Well, she should have been starting. Okay, so when she started, why she could not carry on the responsibilities of being a starting point guard? Why she couldn't deliver? If she's a starting point guard, why she couldn't deliver? Come on, man. Somebody says, sorry for Sonya Ramon. Finally, we can change the staff. We got 4 draft picks. Excited as a Storm fan. Yeah, I gotta do some digging on her. I gotta do some digging. I never heard of this coach. If this coach, now, what is the expectations? This is what I want to know from y'all, because I keep hearing about Dominique Malonga. Now, if you watch Victor Wembanyama is everything y'all keep describing. Everything y'all describe about what's her name, Dominique Malonga. That's literally Victor Wembanyama. It ain't take him 3-4 years. It ain't take him 3-4 years to show he's a generational talent. Now she got all that height. She got the supposed she got all this skill. She could dunk the ball. I haven't seen one dunk. I haven't seen one crossover. I haven't seen no pull-up jumpers. I haven't seen none of that. So is this coach going to get the best out of Dominique Malonga? By the way, what's going on with Dominique Malonga? Supposedly she got into some bad dealings overseas. They threatened to keep her from coming back to the WNBA. So what's going on with that? There's a lot of stuff going on, seems like. Yeah, I watched the Storm game, but I didn't get what I was, I watched Dominique Malonga this year, but it was false advertising. I didn't get what I paid for, man. You know? If you telling me she's a project, okay, I'm expecting her to be a project. But if you telling me she's a generation talent like Wembanyama, okay, I'm expecting Wembanyama type shit. And I didn't get it. Go look at Wemby game and go look at her game. Two totally different. Two totally big, huge difference. Their game is not the same. Dominique Malonga starts over Izzy because Izzy ain't it. But is Dominique Malonga ready to start over Izzy though? So are you saying? And he's a Storm fan, so we got a Storm fan. He's saying that they should bench Izzy Megagore for Dominique Malonga. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, so is she ready for that though? I know that's what y'all want, but is she ready for that? So a lot of people saying, well, they didn't play her properly. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question so I can know what I'm. So, okay, let's set the expectations now. Okay, Noel Quinn is the scapegoat. She's getting blamed for not using Dominique Malonga the right way. Okay, so next year, so the people is in the chat. I need Seattle Storm fans to answer this question right here. What to expect from Dominique Malonga year 2 with Sonya Ramon? What am I gonna get? What kind of player I'm gonna get next year going forward? Cause I don't want any confusion. If y'all telling me she's a project, I'm accept her for that. She's a project. She's not a generation player. Is she a project? Y'all think she ready to be an all-star next year? Let me know something. I want to know. She didn't use the team. Yeah, I don't think I think she definitely underperformed. I definitely think she underperformed. I just think they had too many of the same players though. You had Erica Wheeler who needs the ball. You went out and got a Slim who needs the ball. Gabby Williams. She seemed like she was out of position at times. Like she was just standing on the perimeter. No real impact on the game. Other than getting steals. When it was trying to play some real defense and guard the other team best player, she wasn't doing it. So she's not a project. She was cooking out the bench. Imagine if she was starting. She needs to start over Izzy. Okay. Look. Okay. So all right. It's okay. I'm gonna ask y'all a question now. This is what I want to know. I got a couple questions. Is Dominique Malonga an all-star level player right now, today? Is she an all-star level player? Is she ready to be an all-star next year? Will we see Dominique Malonga take her game to a whole nother level? Number one. This is what I want to know. Because I want to know this now because everybody keeps saying she wasn't used properly. Okay, cool. What am I expecting in year 2? Some people said no. Now this is the number 2 pick in the draft. When you're a top 2 pick in your draft class, high expectations come with it. Usually when you're a top 2 pick, you're not a project. When you drafting players a top 2 pick, you're expecting this player to be the face of your franchise. This is a cornerstone. This is a superstar. So what are we getting? Even if she's not a all-star, okay, what kind of player? See, this is what I want to know, because everybody, well, she can do this, she can do it. What kind of player is Dominique Malonga? What is she going to be in the league? I want to get this established before we even get to year 2. What kind of player is Dominique Malonga? Because we keep describing this. She dunks the ball, she does things. I haven't seen it. So the homie in the chat, he said, this is why you have to start her. So starting Dominique Malonga, you're going to get the best Dominique Malonga. Okay, so what are you going to get? Frederick said year 2, you're going to get a breakout year. So, Fred, I want you to describe a breakout year. for Dominique Malonga? What does that look like? Is that all star? Is that averaging a double double? Like her numbers too. I don't not just putting up the stats. You want her production to get this team to the next level. You saw what Kelsey Mitchell did? We'll talk about that in another video. Now that I brought it up, I remember I got to talk about it. Kelsey Mitchell was carrying the Indiana Fever all year long. So do she have that ability to carry Seattle to the top 4 seed? Is her double double like is her production is gonna impact winning? Cause she got the talent. That's the thing about it. This what y'all not mentioning though. She have talent. She literally have talent around her. Now the coach is the question mark. I agree with some of y'all. Noel Quinn did not get the most out of all of her players. It felt like they never had any camaraderie, no real chemistry, no real identity. I'm looking at the coach. Your team don't have an identity, but they have all this talent. I'm looking at the coach. Defense intensity improvement. I definitely see the some improvement on that end. Right, 4 All Stars come make out the. Come on, man. There's nowhere in here they had all that talent on their team, and they only got the 7 seed. That's it. Skylar did more coaching than see that's what I'm saying. No leadership. I'm glad you bring it up, Freddie. So that's my point. No, you hearing didn't display leadership. She she lacks leadership, man. And I hate to say that, but that's just what it is. I gotta call a spade a spade. Gotta call a spade a spade, man. We had 5 at a trade deadline. We should have done better in the playoffs. Noelle did not do her job. Just saying. Just saying. Hey, with new improvements and development, I'm expecting better results, right? Is that fair to say? New head coach, fresh start. You got a new voice in the locker room. Dominique Malonga should be taking her talent to a, should be taking her game to a whole nother level. So that means we're going to see better results. So that's what I'm expecting, y'all. I don't want to see the same old stuff. New coach. I'm pretty sure they're going to make some adjustments to the roster. They're going to build around Dominique Malonga. I want them to get everybody out the way they feel like there's in the way. Get them all out the way. Give her the team. Give her the keys. Give her the team. Give them everything. So I can see what Dominique Malonga is made of. I want to see what she made of. I want to see when everything is built around her, what is she really made of? I see more then. We definitely get the answer, right? But what's going on with her situation over there in overseas though? Is she gonna get that taken care of? She gonna get that taken care of? She gonna get what position? See, some of y'all say she's a 5. Is she a 5? Is she a 4? See, I got a lot of question marks. Is she a 4, a 5? I mean, what is her natural position? Because I look at her game, right? She doesn't have the skill set to play the 4. She's just tall. She doesn't rebound the ball. She's not a great rim protector. She's not a great screen setter. She doesn't do anything a 4 would do. Is she a 5? Is she? See, I don't know if she got a natural position right now. She can rebound the ball, but needs to add body mass. She definitely got to get bigger, but that comes with over time. You know, that comes with over time, like getting her. You know, she's still like she's a teenager, so you know, women don't really get their woman strength until they 22, 23. Yeah, I mean I get that, but from a skill standpoint, though, from a skill standpoint, is she a 4 or a 5? Because I don't see a 4. When I watch her, I don't see a 4. She doesn't do things a 4. She doesn't do things. She don't do certain things that you need from your 4s. Isaiah Stevenson type player. I mean, you drop a number 2 pick, you want her to be better than Isaiah Stevenson. I feel what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying, but man, you don't want her to be no Isaiah Stevenson with the number 2 pick. But that whole word like generational, like we just gotta be careful with these titles, generational, future Hall of Fame and all this. Man, you gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with these titles though. We be using words too damn loose, and then when it's time for these players to perform, we making all these excuses. Year 2, this is what I'm expecting from her. I'm expecting. I got high expectations. The height, the skills, all the stuff y'all been saying about her. I got high expectations. You the number 2 pick in the draft. They got rid of the head coach that was in your way. I got high expectations. I'm expecting her to take a big leap. I'm expecting a major leap. Year two gonna tell a lot for me, bro. It's gonna tell a lot. It's gonna tell a whole lot. I don't even, cause when they come out saying, well, she's Wemby, I'm expecting Wemby. Man, go watch Wemby. Go watch Wemby play. Wemby came in the league 18, 19 years old. I mean, you already saw the skills, though. You feel what I'm saying? We didn't have to wait for him to get another head coach and get certain players out the way. He showed his skill set. He was everything they said he was. Like, look at him now. Year 3. Fresh out, first game of the season, 40 points, 15 rebounds, bringing the ball up the court, crossover, step back, midi, in and out, all kind of stuff. I was expecting to see that from Malonga, the way they were talking about him. So what makes her different? She shoot 3-pointers, but do you want her shooting all those threes though? I think that's a disadvantage. I think that that's really gonna hurt her game if she's just a perimeter player. That's gonna hurt her game. That doesn't make her versatile if she ain't got no no post moves or nothing. Y'all can hear me? I'm here. First one, y'all can hear me. Okay. So once she dropped it on that high on potential. But that's the thing though. We can't. That's like Cameron Brink, for example, right? You know, you notice how they quiet about Cameron Brink missing a lot of games. Now injuries is not her fault, right? That's part of the game. But you notice like they don't call her a bust. They don't criticize her when she have 5-point games. You notice they don't even talk about her. Cameron Brink, number 2 pick in the draft. She hasn't lived up to the hype. She hasn't lived up to the draft pick. She haven't. I mean, we got to call it for what it is. She haven't lived up to it. But you know, people are quiet about that, though. Y'all notice that, right? But how you the number 2 pick in the draft with all these with all this hype and the hype with expectations come with hype, right? No criticism. Nobody going on social media saying Cameron Brink is a bust. You don't hear none of that stuff. I think it's crazy. It's sad and it's unfair when you got other players that drafted behind her gets criticized they get criticized and get monitored every single game like they the number 2 pick. But for some reason Cameron Brink get a hall pass for having 5.2 rebound games. Even before she got hurt, she wasn't looking like the number 2 pick in the draft. You can't be a bust on the bench. Yes, you can. If you the number 2 pick in the draft and you get benched, you a bust. Look. If she don't become an all-star at least 4 times as the number 2 pick, man, she a bust. Not with all this stuff they were saying before the draft. Can we be honest? All that hype, all this stuff they were saying about her, man, you can't be no bench player, ride the pine for most of your career and don't get the bus label. Man, we definitely picking and choosing. Yeah, she was hurt. Okay, so next year again, these players wanted the number 1 pick, number 2 pick. They hyping these players up. They saying they're gonna be this, they're gonna be that. They ain't living up to expectations. But why everybody quiet about it when they not living up to the expectations? Y'all quiet about that though. When it comes to certain players, y'all criticize and it's just I don't get it. It's not popular for y'all to do certain players. It's not popular enough. It's not a trend. It's not a trend to talk about Cameron Brink. Let's be honest too. And I like Cameron Brink, so this ain't no attack or nothing. I like Cameron Brink. I like her skills. I like some of the things she can do. I see the potential. She just ain't haven't lived up to it. Prior to the injury, she was up and down. She was leading the league in blocks. I saw a lot of good stuff, and I saw a lot of stuff I didn't like. So she got some ways to go. All I'm saying is this though: when it comes to certain players, y'all criticize them. Y'all don't give them the same benefit of the doubt. They ain't the number 2 pick. We can't pick and choose who we want to criticize. And she gonna be in no rival this year too. Yeah. She gonna be in no rival, so she gonna get to play in no rival. So she gonna have time to prepare for the WNBA season. A lot of people said Paige Becker ain't gonna live up to the hype. Lies. Paige Becker came out the gate showing everybody I'm the number one pick. This is my skill set. She showed a little everything, man. Even leadership. For a young player, she showed a lot of discipline. She said, but they do. I never heard nobody criticize, man, that Kim Folk. I don't know, bro. I don't. Maybe they criticize her on Jupiter or Pluto. On planet Earth, I ain't never heard not one person on TV. Nobody got a voice on a podcast like Candace Parker. I never heard Candace Parker criticize Cameron Brink. When y'all ever heard? I'm asking y'all. Please send me the clip. Send me the clip of Candace Parker criticizing Cameron Brink, because I never heard it. I never heard nobody criticize Cameron Brink. They pick and choose with certain players. I never heard them criticize Cameron Brink, not one time. They talk about Cameron Brink like she's an already all-star. But they talk shit about everybody else, and they criticize all-star level players leading the league in statistic categories, but they criticize them. But then when it comes to Cameron Brink, they praise her like she an MVP candidate. You never heard nobody criticize Cameron Brink, not one person. Candace Parker don't, nobody don't. They put Cameron Brink in the same tier as all-stars, and she not even an all-star. I let you know, like, if we being honest, y'all, a lot of these podcasts, so-called important voices in WNBA media, they be following the trends. Whatever's trending, they gonna follow it. They supposed to be a voice of reason, though. Y'all play the game, right? Nah, we gonna follow the trend because people gonna want to listen to our podcast. But nah, bro, you gotta. That's not even. Come on, man. If you play the game, why are you going off a trend instead of like giving people your point of view from a basketball player? And then when they give a critique, or they put their list together or their tiers together, they be inconsistent. They're not consistent with their takes. Candace Parker, she's not consistent. She'll say one thing. Really listen to Candace Parker. I want y'all to really listen to her when she starts talking about tears and all that. Look at the players what she put in. Like you can tell, like she following the trend. She pushing the agenda. She's not keeping it real. She's not being fair. You should be judging players based off their skill set, based off what they have already accomplished, not just going off of potential, bro. We don't just go off potentials. I'm not finna put a player that's not even that she haven't accomplished anything in the same tier as a player that's an all-star. Come on, and one of the most versatile players. Come on, man. And she aware of it too. I done heard her say it. Oh yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that player, she's definitely versatile on both ends. If you know she's versatile on both ends, why you got players that's not even half of what she is in the same tier as her? See, that don't be making sense. What up, my brother? What up, Prince? Other than AB, the 2023 draft has 35 players who have done nothing in this league. Diamond Miller, bust. So far looking like a bust. No, Maddie producing. I think Maddie is actually a good player though. She might not She might not be no all-star, but Maddie is a good player, though. I will say that. She's a good player. Maddie can play. I'm just saying, man, like, we got to keep it 1,000, though. Keep it 1,000. I'm telling y'all this right now. Next season, I'm expecting certain players to take a leap. The players even the players we like so much, I'm expecting them to take a leap. We got to keep it going. We're not gonna stay stuck on the basics. I'm expecting players to expand their game once they get to year 2 and year 3, year 4. I want to see improvements on their games. The stuff that we talk about they need to work on, we need to be talking less about what they working on, what they need to work on year after year after year. I want to see all these players reach their potential instead of talking about potential. If she had a better coach, if she had this kind of player, that kind of player around her. Nah, bro, like individually, you should be able to ball despite who was on your team. We seeing this already with certain players making all-star team despite like they on sorry teams. Players that don't even want to give them the ball. You feel what I'm saying? The whole system is against them, and they still making all-star teams. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Everything is not in. You got players. I know a certain player. Everything is against her, and she's still making all-star teams. She's still locking up your favorite basketball player. She's still leading the league in statistic categories. How you still doing all this stuff on a bad team, bad coaching? If she can do that based off her skill set and her will, ain't no excuse for anybody else. I'm sorry. I can't make any excuses. I can't make excuses for people now. We can't keep making excuses. Stuff gonna get old after a while, man. You said, how am I criticizing the Malonga? Man, y'all gonna see, bro. Look here, bro. Look here. We gotta stop it, man. We gotta stop this babying players just because they nice. Yo, the all-time great. Let me help y'all out for a second. Let me help y'all out. Generational players, and we talking about great players, generation players. They come out the gate. It don't matter if you 19, 20. Man, we just seen all-time greats in sports show up day one. They generational. They on a all-time great trajectory. Day one, 18, 19 years old. LeBron was a bad man coming into the league, 18 years old. Melo. Mike Tyson was a heavyweight champion at 20 years old. Like, come on, bro. Like, man, we did. Go look around history, even in the WNBA. Look at all these young players coming into the league day one, showing that they everything they said they was in college. Come on, man. Like, what we doing, man? What are we doing? Kobe Bean Bryant was fresh out of high school, the youngest player in NBA history to make the All-Star game. Fresh out of high school. Coach trying to blackball him and everything. Not blackball him, but hold him back. Coach trying to hold him back. Still made the All-Star team in second year. If Kobe Bean Bryant made the All-Star team in second year, when he got to go through brick wall after brick wall after brick wall to get his respect. What's stopping Malonga? She got all the talent. What up, Terrence? What's stopping her? If she got all the talent, she got all this potential and all this, man, year two, I'm expecting to see a huge jump. A huge difference with a brand new head coach. Y'all said it's better. This coach is way better than Noel Quinn because she's not going to hold her back. She's going to start and all this. So I'm expecting a big difference. What's wrong with me saying that? That's okay. We're going to see. We're going to see. Giannis Antetokounmpo was a project, though. Look, with Giannis is a bad example. The Milwaukee Bucks drafted him with the 15th pick. Don't you know no other team was going to draft Giannis in the first round? They took a gamble on Giannis. He was a project. Giannis wasn't the top 2 pick. Giannis wasn't. They weren't saying Giannis gonna be an MVP and a generational player before he got in the league. They wasn't saying that. Giannis was a project. That's not a good example, though. Tula plays. That's not a good example. You never heard nobody, no NBA aficionado, no scout or nothing said Giannis is gonna be a future Hall of Famer. Nobody was saying that. He was a project. Okay, we're going to see again. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Get in the comment section, light it up. I'm looking forward to next season. I'm going to hold y'all to y'all word. I'm expecting her to be everything y'all say. Well, everything she says she is now. We're going to keep everything in mind. I'm writing all this stuff down. Y'all got it. I'm out of here.